Okay, how's it going? We're here interviewing Patrick, who is going to be the client of the month for October's programs, which is still current, but we're ending it pretty soon. And really, why I chose Patrick was because the tremendous success that he's had. And what we did was we did a body comp and noticed that throughout his time at CrossFit Central, which hasn't been that long, maybe 6 months, he's lost 9% body fat, drastically and radically changed just his overall appearance and the way he looks. His workouts are just tremendously going well, and he's just really, from a standpoint overall, killing it in everything that he's up to. So I wanted to get on camera and share his story because I know Patrick to be a hard worker. He coming out of the corporate world and working with Dell for so many years. I think it's pretty powerful for somebody in his position that, you know, had everything dialed in professionally, but maybe not from a standpoint of his overall health and fitness. So he was able to come into our community, see radical change, and just kind of wanted to capture that on camera. So just based off of your kind of experience with it all, what did you really kind of see at the time, drawn to CrossFit, and kind of what was it for you that really got you going?
Yeah, so, you know, stepping back, last year this time, so I'm a mountain biker, right? It's one of my passions, and I have two very good friends in California that are members of CrossFit NorCal, San Jose, Mountain View area. And we all met in Moab, Utah last year for a weekend of mountain biking. And those guys, my friends, impressed me so much with their ability. I mean, it was 6+ hour day rides. And they did so well that, you know, I was asking them what they were doing to stay healthy and strong, and they kept referencing CrossFit throughout the whole weekend. They showed me a bunch of videos, they showed me some of the stuff they do, and I remember the drive back thinking, it's crazy. It seems like something that I would probably never be able to do. And I came home to my friends, telling them about my experience and telling them about CrossFit. And then shortly after, a friend of mine, Donovan, joined a Big Mike's class. And Donovan was persistent on pulling me in, saying, it's a good fit for you, I promise. You need to come check it out. And I came to one of the community wides and knew that it was going to be something that I had to get engaged in. Unfortunately, it took a while because of scheduling, but once I knew that I could commit myself 100%, I joined. And been loving it ever since.
Cool. Well, so since that time and joining the gym 6 months ago, has it been 6 months?
6 months. It was April 23rd was when my first day of class.
Okay. So,
yes.
So since April 23rd, like, what's changed? Like, what really, you know, if you draw your life at that point, and then since that point, or what did you do at that point that started to kind of change and transition yourself as the physical being that you currently are?
Everything, you know, mental, physical, obviously. But you know, growing up, I was always the small guy, and I'm not a big guy. I'm still a small framed guy. And you know, growing up in high school, I always saw people moving a lot of weight, right? All my football player friends, etc. Since joining CrossFit, I've achieved things that I never thought I could ever achieve, and I'm still hitting goals and making successes that I get to celebrate after every WOD, pretty much. So, you know, mentally, it's given me a lot of confidence. It's translated into my trail running that I do. It's translated into my mountain biking skills. It's translated into just everything about me, just extremely more confident. Physically, today I turned 39 years old, and I feel like I'm the strongest I've ever been. I feel like, and I feel like I'm just now getting started as well. And I never thought a couple of years ago that at this age, at this stage in my life, that I would feel this healthy and this strong.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Would you say this is the fittest you've ever been?
Absolutely.
In a lifestyle fashion?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nutrition has also played a large role in that. When I first came back from Moab and was hearing about paleo, and my friend Donovan kick-started CrossFit in November and went straight paleo, I was still skeptical, and sort of watching from the sidelines. Probably a month after starting in April is when I started to get serious about nutrition. And today, I'm probably 85-15, 90-10 paleo. And it's made an impact on me and my body and my life. And obviously it's starting to translate into my family. My wife has embraced it now. My 7-year-old and my 5-year-old are now eating extremely healthy. And CrossFit and nutrition has become a large component of my family and our life, our daily life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's really cool. We hear that a lot with people that get started in the community, get started in programs, and really take away with what they've learned into their family, and maybe things like nutrition, where they start to make better food choices. But a lot of times it's even like just incorporating some in-home CrossFit stuff that they start to teach their family members, the basics. And it's really cool to see that kind of thing happening repetitively through the families of the community, and you're just an awesome example of that. So really cool to hear that. Just what I really like about your story, along with many others too, is that you probably relate right now with the majority of kind of the population in terms of what our country's built on. Hardworking people, a lot of whom are in corporate jobs, and maybe just work several hours out of the week and don't feel like maybe having time to provide for their fitness, take care of themselves from a health standpoint, and really do it full tilt like you've done, really incorporating some good training and some good nutrition into your lifestyle. Would you say how many hours a week do you work? How much do you work? And along with that, having to balance your family, did you ever think that this was maybe not a realistic kind of way for you to go about adding anything into your life that you thought you didn't have time for, or doubted that you could really do, or maybe something that just there for you?
No, completely. I think again, one primary driver or reason for delaying signing up was schedule. My wife travels quite a bit, and taking care of 2 daughters, going to school and feeding them and bathing and laundry and everything else, it's cumbersome. And then while holding a full-time job. But since then, since joining, I have a different mindset, and my priorities are in a different place, right? I still believe in working hard and maintaining integrity, but I certainly put exercise and health and fitness as one of my top priorities. So if that means that I need to decline a meeting invite that is bouncing up against either before or after my Monday, Wednesday, Friday 12:15 class, I decline it. And I make things happen to ensure that I get my fix on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that my body feels like I have rewarded it and done it right. Because at my age, I have to focus on maintaining health and being strong for the family.
Yeah.
And for myself.
That's really cool, man. So
yeah.
Much respect from my end. I show up every day, and I get to experience a lot of people in a short amount of time, and I recognize where people are coming from. It's always just a powerful. It's just very rewarding for me to have people like you that I know what it is that you're kind of sacrificing and what you're willing to do to commit to make this a priority in your life. And that's really what makes it so much of a positive enjoyment for myself, is that is what I get rewarded to do, to help people like you go about making changes in your life. Even though I don't get to see everything happen and unfold for you, I still see kind of what the progress is over time, and it's really just awesome and inspirational. So I'm really glad for you, and I respect you, and I just think that it's just awesome what you've done.
Now, likewise, Big Mug. I think when I finished my elements class, my last elements class with Dell, he introduced me to you and said, "Hey, Patrick's going to be joining your class." And I remember you said, "Oh, you're joining the big guns," and I didn't know what you really meant, and I was a bit intimidated by that. But that April 23rd class, when I got in there and saw who the big guns were and sort of what that meant, I knew I was in the right class, and I knew I was under the right leadership and watch. So I was very fortunate. I'm glad that my schedule drove me to your class. I'm glad that my friend Donovan pulled me into the class, because I think it's the right fit.
Awesome.
I appreciate the leadership.
Yes, sir. Cool. Well, thanks for letting us interview you and share your story. So it's great.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate it.
You got it.